All right, guys, can you hear me? Go ahead and put a 1 down in the chat if you can hear me. I'm not used to going live with the new setups on YouTube. Got 2 people here in the chat. Let's see if anybody can let me know if they can hear me or not. Give me a thumbs down, thumbs up. Let's see. Broke. White Cart Tossie says it's broken. No money. No money, he says. Can't buy silver. Can you guys hear me okay? Catherine Lee, put a 1 down in the chat. You hear me, White Cart? Go ahead and put anybody. We got A Glob. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, okay. So you guys can hear me. Great. All right, guys. So we're got breaking news. Normally I would bring you the morning market wake up call as a video, and I had done that. Started filming that at 7 o'clock this morning. After I was in the middle of editing it, the gold to silver ratio had dropped even another 5 points just in the half an hour since I started filming that. So I decided I'll just go ahead and go live. We'll just go with having it live for you guys. So gold is down $65, currently at 1465.83. Silver is down currently at $12.14. It's down $2.64. It gives us a ratio of 120.70, which is unprecedented. Obviously, the record that we broke last week was around 99.3 to 1. So we have really just kind of blew that out of the water. And that market is going to continue to change. Okay, so we just refreshed. We just lost another 20 cents in silver. It's down below 12. It's at 11.91 now. That is the lowest that we've seen in over 10 years in silver. The ratio is 123.02 now. So it has dropped 7 points in just the last 45 minutes, guys. It's dropped a total of 20 points since the markets opened overseas on at 6 o'clock yesterday evening Eastern Standard Time. Before we jump into any of the other metals, let's go ahead and discuss what's going on with me. So I am showing every sign for coronavirus. I've been asked by my healthcare provider to contact my county board of health here in Indianapolis to get further instructions on what to do to quarantine myself. I have been quarantined all weekend. Friday night, my fever spiked at 103.5. Cold sweats, pale complexion. Obviously, you can see that. I've lost a little bit of weight over the weekend, so feel a little bit thin in the skin. And I apologize ahead of time if I have sniffles or cough or sneeze. I'll try to hit the mute button before I do that. So Doctor Who, welcome. Yeah, we're going live today, so sorry about that, guys. So my doctor did not prescribe me any medication, because they did not want me to go to a pharmacy to pick it up. I talked to them on the phone Saturday, and they gave me instructions on what to do, what medications I might have at home to take. The key thing for them was they did not want me to be leaving the house. So the board of health is going to give me instructions on what to do if I'm to report somewhere. Uh, so it's going to be a crazy, crazy time for me for the next couple of weeks. It seems like I'm going to be home for at least the next 14 days. Looks like at least not at work. So White Cart Tossie, yeah, they are the health department's the one that determines who gets tested. So we'll see what they recommend. So let's see what everybody's saying in the chat. SD Bullion is selling $100 face value junk silver for 1811 an ounce. Yeah, I was watching a couple videos yesterday of guys that were reporting that American Silver Eagles are still selling on APMEX and JM Bullion for like $20 an ounce, and it's just crazy. I mean, they can't keep up with the dip at all. So he bought Ogre 8 Bearded One, bought 143 ounces Friday at a price of $16.21 an ounce. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I bought 10 grams of gold last Monday when gold was still at like 16. I think it was at 16.55 when I bought it, which it's now down $200 from that, and I haven't even taken possession of it yet. So good luck to me, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, Silver Damsel says she was just stunned this morning. Yeah. So I watched these. I started watching these at 6 o'clock exactly last night. And it has been a free fall really since then. So other metals currently, so platinum is down $134 since 6 o'clock last night Eastern time. That is a drop of 17.5%. Palladium is also down 10%, or $180. It's currently at 1668. Last week, late last week, I think it was maybe Wednesday or Thursday, I reported that I felt like that palladium pricing would come back down below gold pricing sometime this week, and I think we're going to reach that here real soon. I don't know if it'll happen today, but it might. Rhodium, which usually only trades twice a day, had an emergency drop this morning, pre-trading. It's dropped $1,000. It's currently at $10,000. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's dropped $2,300, and it's at $10,000. The first trading option on that, I believe, is at 10:45 or 11 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, and the second option's at 2. So we'll see where that goes. Of course, if there's something major that happens with that market, obviously they do report it differently, as in the case of the loss that we just saw. Copper is down 6 cents at $2.40 a pound. Aluminum is down a penny at 75 cents a pound. Barrels of crude oil dropped another $2.50 overnight. It's currently at 29.18. So yeah, it's crazy time. Of course, we know we had a good day on the markets Friday, but the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq are not going to start off well. They have halted overnight futures trading because they dropped to 5%. So the markets, which I hope to still be live for when they open, are probably going to remain closed in the next 15 minutes because they'll open the markets and immediately shut down the machine. So probably just to give them time to catch up on the orders of the sells. So, oh, guys, what do you guys think? Down in the comments, let me know. It's going to be a rough day, I think, for markets. I don't think that the U.S. market in gold and silver is strong enough to cap any losses and post some gains. So, Rick G's Profit Coins, welcome. Yeah, we've just I was doing my my market report video, and it's gonna be a bumpy day. What you missed before you got here is I'm showing all the symptoms of the coronavirus, and I am going to be on quarantine for a couple of weeks. So you got a lot more of me coming. Let's see. Silver Damsel says she can't imagine how low stocks will go. Yeah, I think we've probably got a few weeks at least of losses. I don't think that there's going to be. I think we're going to get to a point where the losses will not be as severe because the market just does not have it to bear. The more stocks go down, the more of a hit. You look at more of percentage points at a certain point than you do the actual numbers because the numbers are unrealistic. We lost last week on Thursday. We lost 2,300 points, which was only at that point only reported a 7% loss. So the percentage point will become a bigger number at some point than the actual point loss. Catherine Lee says, gotta run and pick up 98-year-old mother-in-law's meds. Was a fight in Rite Aid yesterday. It's getting crazy. Yeah. I saw several videos yesterday. People have posted online about fights in Walmarts and Myers. So it's getting nuts out there. You guys want to make sure that you stay protected for sure. Silver Down Under, welcome. He wants to know, will silver continue to drop? Well, yeah, I think so. It's currently looks like it's hitting a point of resistance around $11.91, which is a good sign. It keeps bouncing back and forth about 25 cents between about $12.13 and $11.91. I've got a ticker right here on the side of the screen. So over here, wherever it's at. Currently, the ratio is 120.02 to 1. Silver is back up to 12.17. Gold is down $71 at 14.6058. Silver Down Under wants to know. He says you got the C virus. It is suspected that I do. The state of Indiana has a very, very low number of test kits available for this. So far, in the 2.5 weeks that we've had confirmed cases here in Indiana, only I think 168 people have been tested. And we've got 19 confirmed cases. So the chances of me actually being tested, unless I go into the hospital, is fairly low. My primary care provider did say that because of all of the contact I had with public last week, that they would not be surprised if I do get tested. Last week I was setting up for a home show with work and was in contact with hundreds of people for many, many days. Um, so it's I'm going to keep you guys all up to date. I know I got a lot of fans that are probably going to be wanting to keep tabs on me. So, WTH Coins and Silver, welcome, sir. Welcome. We're just running through live of what's going on with gold and silver for you guys. Instead of doing the morning market wake up call, we're going live with it today. The gold to silver ratio is still over 120. She's got a silver damsel's got to run and get cash in hand, like the rich are doing. Safe haven assets are plunging. This is nuts. So, what we're seeing is investors are using cold hard fiat currency for their safe havens, which is uh, unprecedented, I would say, to say the least, for sure. Um, we probably haven't seen this much of a dramatic drop in physical silver in people's hands since Nixon recalled all of the constitutional silver. So, um, let's go back to the chat. See what so Jay Tossi, Miami and Fort Lauderdale are closing their beaches. I did not heard they're closing the beaches. I had actually received an email from Spirit Airlines saying that they would offer me I could get round trip tickets to either Fort Lauderdale, Tampa Bay, or Miami. I could get round trip tickets nonstop from Indianapolis for $54. Uh, so, all right, Silver Down Under. I do appreciate you stopping in. He's got to go. It's almost midnight where he's at. So, I hope your summer's going a lot better than our winter here in the Northern Hemisphere, bud. Oh, man. All right, so Jay Cartossi saying that my doctor can test me. It says new rules. Yeah, so they are rolling out free testing, but that actually won't be available for some time. So I've been told. Um, so we'll see. So silver is rebounding. Looks like silver and gold are both rebounding. Silver's back up to $12.30. Gold is at 1464.42. Ratio is now at 119.08. Amazing. All right. Precious metals are rigged, says Decentralized. They're dumping paper contracts into the market. They don't want people to fear of miss out into it. So one thing I would really question about the whole major drop that we've seen is the banks in America and banks, central banks around the world, are the largest holder of physical silver, but yet we haven't seen or heard anything about any kind of bailouts. I think Chase Bank in New York is the largest holder of physical silver in the world, I believe, somewhere around 700 million, or is it 700 million or 700 billion ounces that they hold. Obviously, the losses that we've seen in the last 2 weeks should be sending their shares into a tailspin unless they've got some trick up their sleeve for this. And I feel like that they probably do. I think the banks are shrewd and crude and corrupt enough to where they've got something that they're able to. There's something going on that they're behind, possibly. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but are they looking to add more silver? Probably. So See the chat. Decentralized. You can't get a hold of physical silver now for these low prices. Yeah, it's gonna. You can purchase online, but there's no guarantee you'll ever get it. They'll end up coming back and canceling your order and giving you a refund. Um, if banks finally get out from under all of the shorts, this price it will finally moonshot. Yes, ogre ate bearded one. Yes, I agree. So just to hear in the last 2 minutes of talking, silver has rebounded even more to $12.60. Gold is at 1466.95, and the ratio is down to 116.39. So Silver Damsel says she has allergies and it's heavy pollen right now. It's nearly impossible for me to not touch my face due to the runny nose and watery eyes. Yeah, yeah. That's what I've had trouble with is not touching my face, and I'm sure I'm not touching my face more than I usually do, but every time I touch my face, I feel like, oh man, this is how this is how it ends. This is how I'm gonna die. I've touched my face one more time. So boy. Um, you guys missed a heck of a night over at Silver or at Redhead Step Stackers channel for the Eldorado 13. Dan Keller won almost 8 grams of gold. And actually, by the time it's all said and done and counted, he's probably going to be over 8 grams. Gibby's Treasures also won a half a gram. We got Stephen Parsons won the entry or chance for entry into next month, or he's got a chance to get an American Silver Eagle from me. So, um, with that being said, anybody who's won a prize for me in the last week, I have not sent those out yet. And any prizes that you receive from me in the next 2 weeks are going to be quarantined. So, those are not going to be going out anytime soon. So, um, Lawrence Warnicki. Am I saying that right? Warnecki. SD Bullion has practically everything silver marked notify me. Yeah, I haven't been back on AppMex yet this morning or JM Bullion to see what theirs is showing, but I imagine it's probably about the same. White Cart Tossi says they want you to JM Bullion wants you to buy $300 for the free shipping. So I actually have JM pulled up here. Going to silver. American Silver Eagles, uncirculateds. So let's see. They're actually showing quite a bit in stock. Many years worth. You can still get a tube of 2020s there for $351.80. You can also get a monster box over JM Bullion. So if you have the money right now, you got the cash, get on over to JM Bullion. It looks like you get a monster box for $87.95. Holy smokes! Looks like yeah they currently have you can buy singles of 2019s showing from 1754. That's if you buy a ton of them though. So one if you pay credit card is 1927. So it's up there. Whew. They still have 2004s available. They've got 2001s and 87s. They've got 91s and 90s, 95s, 98s, 99s, 97s, 96s, and that's it. That's what they got. So, let's see what they got as far as bars. Let's go ahead and check out 10-ounce bars, see what they got. 10-ounce bars are They only have one in stock. Sorry, I've got someone from work calling in. That was going to go to voicemail. I gotta wait for him to go off here. Sorry. They've got a 10-ounce Silvertown bar available for $149.60 if you buy a bunch of them, I'm sure. Yeah, 1 to 9 of them with credit cards, $161.98. So, hey, Florida Stacker, welcome. Yeah, it did escalate quickly. You're right. Yeah. So, that's the only 10-ounce bar they are showing in stock currently is the one that they pour. So yeah, that's where we're at there. So take a look. So silver is back up even more. Looks like gold and silver are actually starting to rebound some, everybody. So I'm glad I could be here for the absolute low of $11.91. But silver is back up to $12.78. I mean, we've seen an 80-cent swing just in the last 20 minutes. Gold is at 14.75, giving us a ratio of 115.44. For those of you who just tuned in, we saw the ratio go over 124 earlier. We were here live when it happened. IndyXP coming to you with the hard-hitting breaking news. Could be a freak out for a few hours. Yeah, that's possible. People saw what was going on over, overseas markets, and they want to get in on the action. So the fear of missing out. Let's see. We keep hitting this refresh to see what happens here. It's like 115.33. So BFO Silver, welcome. He says not what he was expecting for a Monday. Yeah. Here in about an hour and a half when the markets open, it's going to be a very rough start to the U.S. markets. Dow Jones and the NASDAQ are both expecting to open sharply down and then hit their limit stop. So they'll be closed as soon as they open. So, yeah, silver futures went as low as $11.795, says Ogre Bearded One. Ogre 8 Bearded One. Let's see, BFO Silver says at IndyXP, if we can get a hold of silver, would you recommend silver only or stacking the portfolio with gold as well? At the ratio that we're at currently, this is really an unprecedented time for metal. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a commodities strategist. Obviously, if you have the fiat to convert, this is a perfect time to get into any precious metal. If you had $1,000 6 weeks ago and wanted to buy $1,000 worth of silver, we would have told you it would have been a great time to buy silver then. The market kept going up and up and up. And here we are. I mean, just in the last 4 days, silver has lost 25%. So, it's a long-term game that you play with precious metals for the stacking community. And it's not for the faint of heart. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stackers that sold off massive amounts of their stacks when they saw these losses coming. Most of us in the stack community believe in stacking silver as a matter of wealth preservation, and it's a long-term hold. This is something that my silver and gold I plan on holding for, at least the next 20 years probably. I turned 40 this year. I'm hoping to retire at age 55, so I got 15 more years of working before I am looking to lounge on a beach somewhere. So silver is what I plan on using after I'm 60. So at least to get to that Social Security hump once it kicks in at 65 and a half. So yeah, man, if you got the money to put into silver right now, 25 minutes ago would have been a great time to get in. Quite honestly, we've got silver currently at 1282. Ratio is 114.96. So Silver Damsel says this is the big boys making a big dip, and I would not be surprised if silver moonshots today. I don't think we're quite ready for the moonshot yet. I do agree that there will be one. I don't think the markets are ready. I think the overnight markets have definitely let us know that today is not the day. I think here in the next month or 2 months, probably. I think that it's definitely a real possibility that we're seeing 10 and 20% losses on silver right now. During the day, each day for like the last several days. I don't think it's very far out of the realm of possibility that we'll see the same thing going the other way soon in the next couple months. So, and it will be a manipulation. It will be, the central banks, the big banks here in America and overseas. They've got to trick up their sleeve. This is part of their playbook already. Even though the United States government might not have had a playbook for this, I guarantee you that the banks did. So, let's see. BFO says he has cash on hand, cash to spend, and the bullion broker is out of silver. I'm thinking of going for the 1/10 ounce gold piece to just put more long term investment into precious metals at this slump. Yeah. So one place that I go to get precious metals from time to time is actually the places that advertise "We Buy Gold" or "We Buy Jewelry." Not necessarily a pawn shop, but the places that advertise "We Buy Gold." They will also sell you precious metals, and I have bought. I've bought gold at these places at near spot. Um, very, very near spot. There was one time I actually bought gold at spot, and it really is because of when they send it to the refinery, they're only getting 97%, 96.5% of spot value, and so they would rather sell it to somebody at 2% over spot, or a point and a half over spot, and make an extra 4% or 5% than what they normally would make. So hey, Fiat Destroyer's here. Welcome, Fiat Destroyer. Yeah, we're going live talking about the major dips in the markets today. So let's see. Silver currently at 1286. Silver's back up to 1479.15, and the ratio is 115.05. You heard that right, folks. 115.05. Let's take a look and see where everybody else is. Platinum is starting to come back slightly, it appears. It's back up to 660. Palladium is continuing downward. It is at 1664. Crude oil is down more. It's currently at 2637. So, at Fiat Destroyer, since you're new to the conversation, I am on the short list to be patient 20 in Indiana for the coronavirus. Hooray for me. So I got to. I'm actually going to be kicking off here in a few minutes, guys. I do need to get in contact with my board of health. They opened at 8, so I'm going to be back on around 9:30 to discuss the markets opening, and we'll go from there and see where we're at. Yeah, fiat. Yeah, he says. Oh boy, yeah. So I have all of the symptoms. So we'll see what they want. My primary care provider told me I needed to contact them this morning to get instructions on where to go, what to do, what needs to happen. So thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot, Fiat. Um, so guys, let's go ahead. One last quick check before I climb out of here. Gold is at 1477.06. Silver is down at 1276. The ratio is 115.75. So, guys, it is going to be a bumpy day, no doubt about it. I hope everybody the best as far as securing everything that you need. I've got provisions here in my home to where I can stay relatively in place for the next 3 to 4 months if I need to. That is, if they don't send me to a hospital or some kind of center that they're not telling us about. So, guys, I will see you guys soon. And I do greatly appreciate every single one of you. I do appreciate all of your well wishes. I'm IndyXP, and I'm here once again to remind you, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find your pockets heavy. And in my pocket, they'll probably also find a bunch of Kleenex.